This is the time I feel I can teach a lesson and show kids and people what can be done through passion and belief.
People actually understand what an optimist is.
Probably some of the most dangerous sea in the world. To take it around Cape Point, you've got to be nuts.
It's about a 30% mortality from infective endocarditis.
He was the epitome of health and wellness.
Like getting struck by lightning twice.
The little optimist is literally, he's not even cruising, he's firing.
You know, like in hospital, you got to reach your goals. You got to set those goals and move forward. You got to keep recovering, keep getting better, keep moving forward.
The little optimist will never give up. Always stay positive.
Then he will prove to everyone that this little boat with a huge heart can do anything he sets his mind to. In the year 2000, I'd been traveling in the tropics, and I picked up this tropical bacteria. It lay dormant in my body, in my heart actually, unbeknownst to me. And by the time they realized and we realized what it was almost too late, and I had to be rushed in for emergency open heart surgery. I didn't know how sick I was. I didn't understand at the time that I was actually very sick. And you know, I'd been on literally life support in the operation. It had been a 7-hour operation. And I came round and I looked to my left and I still had this creepy crawly, the ventilator in my mouth. I had tubes and wires coming all out of me. I couldn't talk. And I looked to my left and I saw this 80-something-year-old man lying there, and he'd also had a heart operation. And I looked at him and I just thought, why me? And I felt so sorry for myself. And then I looked over to my right, and on my right was this little 2-month-old baby. And this baby had already had its first heart op. And it was lying there with the same ventilator creepy crawly in its mouth, all these tubes and wires coming out of its body. And it just whacked me like, I went from feeling so sorry for myself to literally going, I am so lucky. I realized that I was lucky that I got to 30 years old and that I was possibly going to live. And this baby had a whole life to face of hardship. And I just realized that I needed to help these people, and it was just something that I had to do. And I just felt that life would be good and okay again the more I help people. You've got to find these kids a passion. I had this passion that got me out. And all I wanted to do was get out and survive and thrive. And these kids, they got nothing. And that's where this little optimist came in. And it's such an amazing little vehicle and metaphor, because it's a tiny little boat. And it's got a huge heart, but it's like this little believer that believes it can do anything, but no one believes it can, because it's so small and it's a children's boat and it shouldn't go in the open ocean. An adult shouldn't be able to sail it. And I'm sort of going to prove everyone wrong and show kids that they too, like the little optimist, they have a passion and a belief. They can recover, and that's what I'm using sailing as the tool here to teach them a passion, get them onto these little optimists, and then as well teach them a skill. And once they learn and they find this passion, they'll want to do more of it. It'll keep them out of hospital. It'll get them out of hospital. It'll keep them out of hospital. And that's where this whole concept comes from. I'm going to take this little boat and I'm going to sail in the open sea all the way from Cape Hunklip across the shark-infested waters of False Bay, round Cape Point, the Cape of Storms, and up the west coast to Longabon Lagoon. It's 200 kilometers. In the open ocean, and I'm raising 200,000 Rand for the Children's Hospital Trust, and it's all in lieu of the 200 days that I spend in hospital fighting this bacteria. So I'm trying to teach them the message that, like the little optimist, they must never give up. They must always have a hope and optimism, like an optimist. And they don't have to get there the fastest, they don't have to be the biggest and the quickest, but they must never give up hope. And they will get there, and they will reach their dreams and become what they want to do, what they want to be, if they really, really believe in it. An optimist is an 8-foot-long, 3-foot-wide children's sailing dinghy. An adult shouldn't sail it. It shouldn't carry more than 50 kilograms. And it definitely shouldn't sail in the open ocean. little Optimist is off. We're going to prove to kids sitting in hospital that we, little tiny boat like this, tiny little believer with a huge heart, can come back from nothing, from being sick, from being in hospital, and have an amazing life.
Mentally, physically, he's ready. His biggest concern is midday that there's not going to be any wind, so he might actually have to row and get safely across.
Getting a bit tricky out here, wind's picking up, it's good, but now I've got to be on my toes a bit. This is basically a bathtub, and any big piece of water that slops straight over the side of me, you can take me out. Cruising along at 4-5 knots, and yeah, it's looking good. I hope this wind carries me all the way to Cape Point. We're going to come breezing through there. I'm going to fly by the bellows, just leave an absolute trail behind me and just mince across onto the beach. Over.
Slowly, slowly, don't cut the chickens before they hatch, my bridge.
Wind has died down. He will be visible from Cape Point around 1:30 p.m. today.
Come on! I know this wind is there. I know she wants to blow. She's coming, she's coming. Blow, baby, blow. Oh, just taking water over the side here. There's definitely something going on here. On the edge, always on the edge in the little Optimist. Let's hope the wind forecast for tomorrow is better than what it was for today, because they got it so wrong.
Good luck, little Optimist!
You need all the help you can get when you're a little Optimist, and you need that kids in hospital. You need to use everything to your ability, your positivity, your optimism. I injected myself with that positivity and optimism. I injected myself every day. I thought of small steps, big goal at the end, get better. Big goal at the end, 200 kilometers. Unclip to Longabon.
He's going to make it. Come high water, I think. He's going to make it. And he's my son-in-law, and I'm proud of him.
Okay, I've just been told by Gran there's massive waves breaking there. He's very nervous that I come in there, but I have to. I've got no other point. These waves are big. It's very big now.
With the tide changing, the swallows started pushing in, which is pretty scary.
Okay, push him now. Push, Bruce. Go, go.